afternoon, race fans. Sunday fun day. I'm so glad to have you with us for this 9 race card. I'm Naomi Tucker, joined by Callie down in the set. Callie, what a wonderful day we had yesterday. How are you doing, and what was one of the highlights for you?
It was such an exciting day of Maryland racing yesterday. I think everybody was looking forward to it. I have to say, what a summer stakes with Hello Beautiful. I wasn't the only one in the group of looking forward to how she would run, but not only was I looking forward to how she was going to run, excuse me, but I was so pleased and excited by how she ran because Club Car was actually coming up right to her. I do have some connection with Club Car, that filly turned out a great race, which I was very pleased with. But for Hello Beautiful to just turn her back around and go on with it, and for the connections of Sheldon and Brittany, they're great people, and it's lovely to see the home people win it.
Yeah, Club Car certainly outran her odds. Big effort there in second. And of course, Hello Beautiful, wonderful ride by Sheldon, just letting her bounce out the gate and use that natural speed that she has. Because I remember when Tim was talking about Sheldon, that Sheldon was saying, well, hold on, everyone thinks that we need to sit and rate, but our filly is pretty fast, which certainly was what she put on show again yesterday. But let's kick things off here with the first race of the day. Of course, the start of the early pick 5. I don't have a ticket for the early pick 5, but I made one for the late pick 5. Check it out on laurelpark.com. Of course, 12% industry low takeout, just a really good sequence. I like this early pick 5 sequence. I dare say there is a little bit of value to be found, so hopefully Callie and I can point you in the right direction. Of course, Tim Tulloch is going to join us in just a second as well with his insight. But let's kick things off here with the first race, maiden, 4-year-old and upwards, $25,000 claiming price, 7 furlong is the distance. And we'll start with the number 6, which is my top selection in here. I know you have him in second. First time starter from the barn of Dale Capuano. Jorge Ruiz rides. And just looking at the stats here, we do have a stat, I believe, on Dale Capuano, who's very, very strong. No, actually, this is about the breeding, excuse me. Rubber Band, the siblings, 3 out of 6, 50%, and 5 out of 6 in the money first out. And the sire, Bandbox, hits 23% with 3-year-old and up first time starters. So clearly, there's a lot to like here. What do you think of the number 6, Callie?
So with the stats that you just gave out, it actually makes a little bit of sense, and it makes sense to how Dale has been training him. Now, after Kenny Head in Notion won yesterday, I got curious and I looked up how Dale prepped that horse to his first time start compared to this horse, and Dale's done a little bit of work on this horse. A couple of more gate work, so it tells me that this horse, as a first time 3-year-old, this horse has taken a bit of a while to just get to the races, and he's big. He kind of seems like he just needed the time. First time starter going out long and with this many works tells me that he's one of those very even going type of horses. He might end up being a grinder type. So those wonderful stats that Keith just found, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, he certainly looks like a grinder to me as well. Of course, 7 furlongs is a bit of a tricky distance to make your debut over. But even just a couple more stats on Dale this time, because I looked those up. Over the last 5 years, Dale Capuano with first-time starters, 13 from 54, so 13 winners, 54 starters, 24% winners and 50% in the money. So clearly
There we go.
he knows how to get them ready. And just a bit of background on Rubber Band's family that we saw the stat on. His half-brother, Top Striker, he won his first 2 starts going 2-turn. Now that was on the turf, but he ended up being graded stakes placed as well later on in life, which was interesting. But the kicker here, I feel, is his half-brother, Clever Mind, who won the Maryland Million Nursery on his debut. 76 buyer going 6 furlong and then finished third in the Maryland Juvenile Futurity next time out. So clearly a precocious family. Now this is a 4-year-old making his debut, and as you highlighted, Callie, it means he probably just needed the time, and that's the way he looks to me as well. Just kind of, a lot of length to him, a big frame, and we can sometimes see that they just take a little bit longer to grow into themselves and know how to handle themselves at speed. But I like the number 6, Rubber Band. I'm giving him the nod on top here. But the horse you preferred is the number 4, Magic Mule, coming in here for Scott Lake. Alex Cintron takes the ride. Has been trying a fair bit at some of the higher levels, over a mile, over 6 foot, over 7 foot long. Not disgraced whatsoever, but perhaps dropping back down can get him back to some of the figures that he posted earlier in his career.
Exactly. I think he just needs he needs a bit of the class relief. He's probably not the horse that he quite was early in his career. So maybe Scott's just trying to get a bit of heart back into him. I would love to see that. And as you mentioned early on in the career, didn't go to the lead like he's been pressed to go for these past couple of starts. I'd love to see them take this horse a bat pick by rushing him. By not rushing, having him stalk mid-pack, conserve him. To me, on his form, it just screams that he wants to do the same thing when he ran his lifetime best at Delaware Park. And looking further at that race, in the comments it says bumped break, rail bid. I'm going to talk about that bump break part real quick. With a horse, and it's possible that this horse may be a bit rank. I don't think that's the case today. Or a bit nervous or a bit of a bully. Something like that tends to get him out of his head. It can switch off that super high gear. That experience may have triggered him to like that certain type of style. And so since he's dropping him down, I do have a feeling he's going to go for the lead today, but we'll see what happens.
Yes, so it'd be interesting. My only worry with him is that his last race was about a month ago and no work since. So I do hope that he's coming in here in fine form. But he looks fit enough here in the paddock, so we'll forgive him for that. On the inside, the number one, despite the odds, your current 8-5 favorite, Sol Ramirez trade, JD Acosta on board once again. Now he's a tenacious sort. He came over from a wide gate to lead last time out, going that 2-turn mile and 16. Took them all the way and then fought, unbeknownst to me, to the wire. He's getting back to that 7 furlong and he has all the speed to do it. So I think he's definitely going to try and hold the rail from that inside gate.
I agree. That was the first thing I noticed as well. And it was a good move by Ramirez by giving the horse a little bit of a break as far as this distance, and it should hit him right in between the eyes because, I feel like that last race that he ran, that was a hard run for him, and well deservedly so. So his only potential problem is that he'll have an inside post, and with Spanish Czar coming after him on the outside, we're going to see if he can really handle the pressure, because the last time he was more an outside post and today he's got the number one post. So that's the big question with him today is can he handle the probable pressure that he's going to be getting?
Yeah, and we know that jumping from those inside gates at some of the various distances going one turn here can be tricky, but not a hurdle that he isn't able to overcome, I do believe. The number 5, Aperitivo, another first-time starter here by Preakness winner Oxbow, comes in for Damon de Lodovico. Damon has a couple of runners today. I'm very much looking forward to seeing them. And this is a gelding that posted a couple of 48 and change works sort of earlier on, and his dam broke her maiden on her 4th start that was sprinting at Charlestown. Family, okay. None of his siblings won first out, though.
No. And I think I remember talking with Damon about this horse a little bit. This horse may need a couple of starts. This horse may be a horse for later in the year, but the first thing that you mentioned were the works, and the works absolutely perked my interest. I mean, if he's going to put out works like that, he should be able to show something. He comes from out of Oxbow, or by Oxbow, out of a Speightstown mare, and his mare actually won on all different surfaces. So I'm not surprised that this horse is able to go out during the winter on the dirt, but I do potentially see something for him a little bit later down the year.
Well, let's hope for a positive experience today. Nonetheless, 5 minutes to post. First runners are on course. Start of the early pick 5. Good luck.